David confided in Lady Grace about his growing feeling for Adaeze. Her expression softened but remained firm. A girl who fries akara? David, think of our family name, she warned. David met her gaze steadily. Mom, she has what money can't buy. A good heart. Grace sighed, torn between tradition and her son's happiness. No be everywhere small money dey touch. E no fit be strong. David's conviction only strengthened. He refused to let societal labels dictate his heart. She is humble, hardworking, and kind, he told his mother. These are the traits I respect most. Even Lady Grace had to acknowledge, silently, that perhaps her son's heart knew what the world often overlooked. Na heart wey pure dey always sabi correct choice. Summoning courage, David proposed to Adaeze under the soft Lagos sunset. Tears filled her eyes, not from joy, but fear. We live in different worlds, David, she whispered. I can't step into yours. He held her hands tightly. Then I will make a world where our hearts can meet. But for now, she shook her head, leaving a lingering hope in the air. Sometimes hearts won, but mind dey fear. David refused to give up. He showed Adaeze the depth of his sincerity, his willingness to fight against societal barriers. Slowly, tears turned to smiles. She finally agreed, feeling the power of love stronger than class, wealth, or fear. Love wey true no dey look for money or fine clothes. David brought Adaeze to the mansion. Lady Grace greeted her politely but kept her distance. Observing the young woman's humility and pose, David whispered, Mom, she is more than you see. She has my heart. Adaeze bowed slightly, feeling both awe and nervousness as she stepped into a world so different from her own. New world fit scare person, but heart wey pure dey shine. At a charity gala, Minister Evelyn and Trisha took every opportunity to humiliate Adaeze in front of the elite. David stepped forward firmly, voice steady. This is the woman I love, and she is carrying my child. Gasps filled the room. Evelyn's eyes flashed with fury. No matter how them push, true love go stand gidigba. The news spread like wildfire. Evelyn stated, plotting revenge. That poor girl will regret touching what's mine, she hissed as her daughter trembled beside her. But David remained calm, determined to protect the woman who had taught him humility, love, and courage beyond wealth and status. Wicked people fit plan, but na heart wey pure go win. Adaeze sat with her mother in the small kitchen where sunlight fell softly through the window. Her mother's hand trembled as she poured tea. Daughter, money attracts both angels and devils, she said quietly. Adaeze nodded, sensing the weight of her words. Stay careful, Mama Adaeze continued, her eyes scanning the horizon, but follow your heart. David truly loves you. Adaeze held her mother's hand tightly, feeling both fear and hope. Sometimes love sweet, but e dey carry wahala join. Night fell heavy and silent. Evelyn had sent men to stop Adaeze. Gunshot shattered the calm smoke, filled the small courtyard. Adaeze ran, heart pounding, but her mother stepped in, shielding her. A single shot rang out. Mama Adaeze collapsed. Adaeze screamed, cradling her mother's body, feeling the cruel sting of fate. Some people no dey fear to kill wetin dem no fit own. Blood-stained and trembling, Adaeze fled the city. She ran through the dark alleys and dusty roads, her mind set on one thing, survival and protection of the life she carried. Each step felt heavier than the last, but determination pushed her forward. When wahala full ground, na courage go carry you go front. By the roadside in Ogun State, she collapsed, unconscious and exhausted. Baba Musa, a kind-hearted farmer, found her. He lifted her gently, carrying her to his small home, offering water, warmth, and care. Adaeze's life hung by a fragile thread, yet hope sparked through Baba Musa's compassion. Sometimes, stranger hand dey save life pass friend. Days later, Adaeze gave birth to a baby boy, Chijioke. Tears of joy mixed with despair filled her eyes. This child, please take care of him, she whispered to Baba Musa. Moments later, her strength failed her, and she passed away quietly, leaving her son in the arms of the man who would raise him. Sometimes, life will give joy and pain at once. Baba Musa buried Adaeze respectfully and promised to protect Chijioke as his own. He raised the boy with love, teaching him honesty, humility, and respect. Though small Chijioke's laughter filled the house, bringing life back into the quiet home. Now love dey shape person heart pass wealth. Years passed quickly. Chijioke grew tall and strong, yet humble. He helped on the farm, studied diligently, and carried his mother's spirit in every act of kindness. Na strong roots dey make street stand gidigba. Chijioke excelled at school, finishing WAEC with straight A's. Baba Musa smiled proudly, though university seemed far beyond their reach. God go provide, he said, tucking the result into the small wooden drawer. Knowledge no dey fear poverty. Chijioke begged Baba Musa to let him go to Lagos to work and seek education, unknowingly heading towards the world that had rejected his mother. Baba Musa hesitated but remembered Adeze's dying wish. Go, my son, make your mother proud. When dream dey call, courage go answer. Chijioke arrived in Lagos, the bustling city of his father, David Okafor, unaware of the destiny that awaited him. The skyscrapers loomed tall, lights flashing like stars in the night. He felt both fear and excitement. A new chapter, a life intertwined with the Okafor legacy. City big, but heart wey pure go find im way. Lady Grace, now overseeing the mansion, noticed a young man quietly helping in the household. Chijioke approached her, polite and composed. I will work for food, but please let me study too, he said. Grace felt a sudden warmth in her heart. There was something familiar, a quiet dignity, humility and honest she hadn't seen in years. Sometimes person wey humble dey shine pass fine clothes wey old. Chijioke worked diligently, cleaning, cooking and even reading aloud to Lady Grace in the evening. His respectfulness and careful attention impressed everyone in the mansion. David noticed him but didn't yet realize who he was. Work wey pure heart dey do, e dey open eyes pass good. Trisha, now David's wife, immediately disliked Chijioke. Why does that village boy work like he owns this place? She whispered to her friends. Her jealousy and arrogance made her plan always to humiliate him. Some people dey fear talent wey they no get. David met Chijioke for the first time. Their eyes locked, a strange familiarity stirring inside both of them. Have we met before? David murmured, unsettled. Chijioke felt the same pull, unaware of the blood that connected them. Sometimes destiny dey show face before truth. Chijioke cared deeply for Lady Grace, cooking meals and reading stories to her in the quiet afternoons. She began to feel motherly affection for him. You remind me of someone dear, she whispered, memories of Adeze flickering in her mind. Heart fit sabi wetin eye never see. Grace found herself trusting Chijioke completely. She confided in him about household matters and even personal grief. Chijioke listened silently, his presence calming her. Na quiet pikin dey carry heavy matter well well. Chijioke secretly sent money back to Baba Musa, ensuring his upbringing remained secure. Though he was in a foreign world, he never forgot his roots. No forget wetin carry you go front. Trisha, sitting with jealousy, warned her friends and daughters to avoid Chijioke. Stay away from that boy, she hissed. Her venomous was set the stage for darker schemes. Jealousy fit make person do yawa. Trisha hired thugs to stage a robbery at the mansion. Her goal, harm Lady Grace and disgrace Chijioke. But Chijioke overheard her call and recorded everything secretly, his instinct sensing danger. Some people go use evil plan, but eye wey dey see dey record. Chijioke rushed to warn Lady Grace. Before he could explain fully, the thugs burst in. He shielded Grace with his body as chaos erupted. Gunshots rang through the mansion. The room filled with smoke and fear. Courage dey protect where money no fit reach. A fierce struggle ensued. Chijioke fought bravely to keep Grace safe. In the end, both fell, Chijioke bleeding and unconscious. Grace survived, shaken but alive, while Chijioke's fate hung by a thread. Na true heart dey risk for other life. At the hospital, doctors worked frantically. Chijioke was in a coma, losing blood rapidly. Grace held his hand, praying silently. When wahala full ground, na faith dey keep body strong. Doctors discovered only David's rare blood type could save Chijioke. David rushed to the hospital for the transfusion, unaware of the connection he was about to discover. Sometimes blood dey tell story wey eye no fit see. During the transfusion, DNA results revealed the unimaginable truth. Chijioke was David's biological son. Grace fainted in shock. Truth dey always find road, even when he hide. David stood by the bedside, overwhelmed. This is my son, he whispered, tears streaming down his face. Chijioke remained unconscious, unaware that his life had just taken a profound turn. Destiny dey call and dey knock twice. Lady Grace fainted upon hearing the truth. Chijioke, the young man she had grown to love as a son, was her grandson. Her mind raced, connecting the dots. Adaeze, the akara seller, her untimely death, and now the miracle of life before her. Sometimes wahala dey show blessing wey eye no fit see. David confronted Trisha, fury and disbelief in his voice. "You plotted against an innocent child? How could you?" Trisha trembled, trying to deny it, but her lies rang hollow. Na truth go always show face. Baba Musa arrived in Lagos after seeing news reports. He met David holding an old photograph of Adaeze. "David, your love was true. Your love was pure, but it was destroyed by envy," he said. David's knees buckled, emotion choking him. Na a long journey go bring hidden truth come light. Baba Musa recounted everything: Adeze's courage, her love for David, her death, and his vow to raise Chijioke. Every word painted the portrait of a love that had endured even beyond death. David wept silently, realizing the depth of what he had lost and the life that had been entrusted to another. Sometimes heart dey suffer, but truth go heal am. David stood beside Chijioke's bedside, holding his hand. "Forgive me, son. I never knew you existed," he whispered. Tears ran freely as he embraced the weight of fatherhood suddenly thrust upon him. True love dey always find way back. Chijioke opened his eyes weakly, confusion and recognition mingling in his voice. "You are my father?" he murmured. David nodded, voice trembling with emotion. "Yes, my son, I am your father. Blood no dey lie, even when story dey hide." David played the recording Chijioke had secretly made. Trisha plotting the robbery and harm. The evidence was irrefutable. Chijioke looked on, realizing that even in his darkest moments, his vigilance had saved lives. Eye wey dey see, dey save life pass hand wey dey fight. Police arrested Trisha and Minister Evelyn, their skins unmasked. They were sentenced to life imprisonment. Justice finally served. David watched his heart, a mix of relief and lingering sorrow for what had been lost. Evil plan fit run, but justice no dey sleep. David and Grace formally adopted Chijioke. Baba Musa moved in with them, a symbol of loyalty and love. The mansion was no longer just a place of wealth. It was a home filled with honesty, courage, and the legacy of Adeze's pure heart. Na love dey build real home, no be money. At Chief Raymond's graveside, David stood with Grace, Chijioke, and Baba Musa. "Father, your legacy lives, not through riches, but through love reborn," he whispered. A soft wind blew across the cemetery, carrying the whispers of past sacrifice, courage, and enduring love. Money fit buy empire, but love dey build legacy wey no dey die. If you got inspired, kindly share this video so others can learn. Don't forget to subscribe, likes, and comment. Bye for now.